Hi loves, welcome back to my channel. For those who don't know me, I go by the name of Unfiltered Kitty, and if you're new here, please subscribe, like, share and comment down on the comment section telling me if you're actually new here. As I always say guys, Gumnandi Apa or Melendoni, what are you actually waiting for? Just subscribe so that you can become a member of this Unfiltered fam honey. So loves, on today's video I thought let us discuss this whole documentary about senzo meyiwa, who actually killed senzo meyiwa, guys. And I've been watching episodes of this documentary, the whole 5 of them, guys, and there are some loopholes in terms of their story, those who actually were there when senzo was actually killed, guys. And guys, me actually watching those 5 episodes of this documentary, I realized ukuthi labantu laba who were actually there are not actually telling the truth in terms of ukuthi kwenzakaleni. So what I've noticed ukuthi these people are actually lying. The reason why I'm actually saying that is because of labantu laba. Apparently there were 2 suspects who actually came in. Apparently they wanted to do some robbery in that house, of which a robbery went wrong, and senzo meyiwa was actually killed in that incident. And guys, if you all heard, if you seen this like this documentary, you would tell Guti these people are actually lying. Remember when Ulongwe, I'm not even know if I'm saying the name right, he mentioned Uguti, he is the one who actually pushed those suspects and ran out. And according to him, he left his phone. The reason why he was unable to call the police is because of he left the phone in the house, right? But he actually changed his story and said, Guti, the reason why they were unable to take his phone is because of he left with his phone in his pocket the time he was running away from them. And the fact that he went away, like he ran outside and never went to a neighbor to call for help, but he was able to escape with his phone, but he never called the police, he never asked for help from neighbors. And in his defense, guys, he was saying Guti, people were actually sleeping. But if you all are aware, Guti, like in Fosloras by Sunday 9 o'clock, guys, no one is actually okay. Some people are actually sleeping because of they are going back to work tomorrow, but believe me, you guys, there are people who are actually on the street by 9 o'clock, guys. There is no way the street is actually empty by 9 o'clock, guys. I stay in Kaltoras. I know the whole thing, Guti. By 9 o'clock there are people who are actually roaming around the street. And the fact that he wasn't able to call the police just because of he said Uguti his phone is actually left behind in the house, but he later changed his story. Uguti they weren't able to take his phone because of he left with his phone in his pocket the moment he fled the scene. And guys, one thing that doesn't actually make sense, those 2 suspects actually took only one phone. In terms of there were 8 people in the house, guys, but they were able to take only one phone. And another thing, guys, about the neighbors, remember the neighbors said Gucci they had some altercation on the house and they went outside after the gunshot and called Umpagati by blowing the whistle, guys. And we all know that if you live in Kaltoras, that's what actually happened when there's some thieves and stuff. But after all those neighbors were actually called, no one actually saw those suspects fleeing away. No one is saying, Gucci, I saw the 2 men actually running away and stuff. But they were actually called Umpagati, and they called immediately after they heard the gunshot. I believe by that time that they shot senzo meyiwa, that's when they actually ran away. But when they're running away, guys, no one actually witnessed them and saw them running away. So it doesn't make sense, Gucci. How could 2 suspects actually run away without being noticed by Umpagati, of which Umpagati were actually called when they actually heard the gunshot? And guys, what actually shook me is the fact that they let an innocent man actually go to trial and go to jail for something they know very well Gucci he didn't do. Remember, guys, on the documentary, they say Gucci, this person who was actually arrested firstly, it was someone who used to clean senzo meyiwa's car whenever he's in Fosloras. So I believe the whole family actually knew that person. But the fact that when he got arrested, they never said anything. And keep in mind, guys, those two suspects who were actually there to rob them, they were not wearing masks. So they saw their face. How come they actually allow this person to get arrested while they saw the suspect who were actually trying to rob them, while they know this person would see, like, I'm familiar with this person's always here, and I saw those two faces when they actually came to rob us. So I don't get it, Gucci. Why would you actually let an innocent man go to trial and go to jail for something you know very well he didn't do? And in my opinion, I feel like they wanted someone to get arrested so that people would actually stop pointing at them. And guys, after the incident, Ukeli Kumalo happened to call the sister first and explaining to Ulongwe actually shot Usenzo meyiwa, guys. And after that call, he happened to call Uchiko Twala. And after the whole thing, guys, it happened, Guti, there are two suspects who actually came and tried to rob them, and it's a robbery gone wrong. It doesn't make sense, guys. It really doesn't make sense. And the fact that Ukelu Kumalo actually called Uchiko Twala for what? Like, there's a situation here. Instead of you calling the police, when you actually call the person, the father of the person that you said, Uti, he shot Usenzo Meyiwa. And guys, Mina, personally, I feel like they are actually covering something here. I know Guti Uchiko Twala actually came out here saying Guti he's not hiding anything. And he said Guti, if Ulong is the one that actually murdered Usenzo Meyiwa, he would actually be the one who's actually taking him to jail, guys. Guys, they are like, this thing, like, the story doesn't make sense to me, guys. I believed Ukeli Kumalo when the story was actually in the beginning, but me, after watching this documentary, I feel like there were no two suspects, and the fact that no one saw the two suspects actually fleeing away after this incident actually happened, it doesn't make sense. Even though the umphakathi were actually called to see ukuthi kwenzakalani, because of they heard the gunshot, and after hearing the gunshot, the neighbor actually whistling, calling umphakathi, but no one would say ukuthi I saw two people actually running away from the scene. No one. After the umphakathi was actually called, it doesn't make sense, guys, to me. They were, in my own opinion, I feel like they were actually no two suspects. And what actually shook me is the fact that this whole thing, after taking some years not being solved, now there are 5 suspects that were actually arrested. But in the documentary, they said that there are 2 suspects who actually got in the house and stuff. And the fact that Ulonge actually went outside, pushed those 2 guys and ran outside holding his phone, wasn't able to call umphakathi. He didn't even call the police because of his dog change, saying he had his phone with him, and Nini, he doesn't have his phone with him. The phone was in the house and he wasn't able to call anyone. Where did he run to, guys? Honestly speaking, ubalekele kuphi? And guys, what actually shook me is the fact that Usenzo was there on that day. Why was Usenzo there on that day, guys? Because of, guys, honestly speaking, yes, I did hear Ukeli Kumalo said Usenzo Meyiwa actually wanted to spend the day with him on that day. She doesn't know why. But the fact that Usenzo Meyiwa was able to call his friend and send money Guti as at this side. Obviously, when you call your friend from Emakaya to actually come this side, you want to have good time with that person. You want to show him izindawo and stuff, so that you, like, your time there, like, iba mnandi, like, he's here in Johannesburg while he's used to being in Emakaya, guys. Instead of him showing ubumnandi, going out, partying and stuff, he takes him to Ukeli Kumalo's house. It doesn't make sense. And they did say abangani senzo, saying ukuthi nathi we don't understand why we actually were there for that long. I understand ukuthi Usenzo Meyiwa was actually with Ukeli Kumalo, and maybe they wanted to check up on the abantwana, but why for so long? Why? They ended up watching soccer. Like, it doesn't make sense, guys. Why would you like go to someone else's place to actually watch soccer? It doesn't make sense. And the fact that Oluwengo actually escaped the scene, but he didn't do anything to help. He didn't do anything to help. He wasn't able to call the neighbors. He said, "I'm a neighbor actually like sleeping." Guys, it's sprayed lana, guys. I stay around this. For slow rise, it's a walking distance from my place. And I know on weekends, people like Ababambegi. And at 9 o'clock, the fact that he wasn't able to get help at 9 o'clock, guys, people are busy like on the street on 9 o'clock on Sunday, guys. It's weekend. Yes, people are actually going to work tomorrow, but trust me, the street will never be empty. And yes, there are people who are actually sleeping, but there's no way he wasn't able to get help from abantu, like from some houses there, from their neighbors. Yes, maybe some other people were actually sleeping, but not bonke, guys. Trust me, I stay around this site. And Sunday and like Saturday and Sunday, that's the busiest weekends ever, guys. People are roaming around the street. My question is, where did Longwe go after fleeing the scene, guys? And another thing, guys, is the fact that Umamaga Kilukumalo never went to Usenzo's meyiwa's house to say something about what actually occurred. Kontlunya high, guys. Like, you're a mother and it happened that someone's son actually passed on at your house. He was shot at your house, and you don't go to that person's parent to say, "Listen, this is what actually happened, and I'm sorry that it actually happened to my house." Just being a mother, guys. Like Umama, like Kilkumalo, she kept quiet. She kept moving with her life as if nothing happened. It truly doesn't make sense, guys. Umuntu omdala onengane, just imagine akayi ayoduduza omunye umama, of which umntanakhe loyo mama ushonele endlini yakhe. It doesn't make sense, guys. I believe they know ukuthi kwenzakaleni on that day. There are no suspects here ukuthi they were trying to rob them. In my own opinion, I believe ukuthi bayazi ukuthi kwenzakaleni. I'm not pointing finger ukuthi this person actually did it and this person actually did it, but I'm saying ukuthi they know what actually occurred on that day. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to share this with you. And if you have an opinion about this whole situation, please write it down on the comment section telling me about this whole documentary about Usenzo Meyiwa. And who do you think actually killed Usenzo Meyiwa? I know some of you are actually scared to actually mention names, but it's a documentary. Like, everybody is actually has opinion to who actually killed who, guys. But anyway, guys, that's it for me. Please do subscribe, like, share, and comment down on the comment section telling me if you are new here. As I always tell you guys, kumnandi apa umelentoni. What are you waiting for? Anything, just subscribe so that you can become a member of this unfiltered fam honey. Kumnandi apa. Bye.